Here we go, Diak and Mandich. Jump, we're underway. Munster with the first possession as they go from right to left on the dial here in this opening half. The Mustangs are in the home whites, trimmed in red. Munster in red lettering on the front of the jerseys. Lake Central in the road blues. White Lake Central on the front of the jerseys. White lettering and white trim. This is Schlotman on the right wing area. Dumped down. Stojic with it. He's working on Diak. Stojic spin move to the bucket, score.
So Stojic looking to go inside early. That's a little surprising.
Adam Stojic gives the Mustangs a 2-0 lead, and here come the Indians. Diak all the way out at the top of the key. Going to give it up to Martin. Give it to Atkins. Right elbow back to the right side. Martin. Atkins. Bannister. Comes back to the right. Atkins. Popping out Diak.
So it's interesting early. Kevin Schlotman is guarding Skylar Smith, just face guarding him without any regard to where the ball is right now.
You mentioned it in the Christensen Chevrolet keys to the game. He can carry a team when he gets the hot hand, Skylar Smith.
Yeah, he has the ability to carry the Indians at times.
Austin Atkins for three, hits it.
It's a good-looking stroke by Austin Atkins early. Good to see him get a good start.
3-2 Lake Central, 6:33 to play in the first quarter. Here's Schlotman with the dribble with the left hand, comes to the top of the key, gives it up to Drew Hackett on the right wing, being guarded by Atkins. Hackett takes the baseline, gets it up to Schlotman, who hits the three.
We talked about finding three-point shooters early. So far, both teams with three possessions have got two great looks for three-pointers.
5-3 Munster, 6:10 to play first quarter. Bannister going to slow things down just a little bit. Mustangs remain in a man-to-man defense. Bannister now going to work it to the left. Skylar Smith, long three. That's going to come up short, miss everything. Diak couldn't save it on the baseline. It goes out of bounds to the Mustangs. So Stojic will bring it into Schlotman. Schlotman will bring it up on the dribble. Across the half-court line, takes it to the right side of the floor. Drew Hackett pops out. Good defense by Atkins, didn't give him space. Luke Hackett bobbled the ball with Skylar Smith defending Lake Central in a man. Stojic with it between the legs. Diak cuts him off, so he's going to pass it to the right side. Dribble drive off the glass, and that is good by Drew Hackett.
That's a tough shot by Drew Hackett right there off that right block.
Luke Hackett on that field goal. Luke Hackett, 7-3 Munster. Diak with the basketball to Smith. Gives it up Martin. Atkins is between the circles. Martin pump fakes from a three, goes to the baseline, loses the dribble, gives it up to Atkins here on the wing. Atkins to the middle. To Martin, back to the right, to Bannister between the circles. 5 minutes to play in the first. 4-point advantage for the Mustangs. Good spin by Bannister. Takes it up, blocked by Mandich. And he pulls it down. Here's Drew Hackett on the run out right side. Gives it up. Luke Hackett for three. That's it.
Both teams are just shooting really well from three-point range right now. Got to find the shooters.
10-3. Munster, 4:44 left in the first. Bannister to Diak. Atkins wants a three. In and out, and won't go in after hitting the backboard and the rim. Stojic with the board. Up the right side of the floor. Schlotman for three. That's too strong. Mandich able to chase down the rebound here in front of the Lake Central bench.
Yeah, you don't want to give them second chances on that offensive rebound.
Stojic to the basket. Spin moves off the glass, no good, but Diak's going to pick up the foul. First whistle here in this opening quarter. First on Diak, first on Lake Central. Stojic to the line to shoot two for the Mustangs.
Stojic being real aggressive on that block with Diak on him. Feels like he can take him to the front of the rim anytime.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Crowell Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Excuse me. Stojic hits the front of the rim. It's no good. He'll get one more. 4:13 to play in the opening quarter.
This could be a game where you got to knock down free throws here too, so keep an eye on that early.
Stojic hits the second. He splits a pair, 11-3. 8-point bulge early for the Mustangs.
It's a 9-point run for Munster since they were down 3-2.
Diak in the lane, spins and travels.
Yep.
Bandage, good defense, forced that travel, Tom.
Yeah, Munster so far has done a nice job anticipating. A couple possessions ago, Drew Hackett took away a middle spin by Joe Bannister, and there they took away the spin over his left shoulder for Ian Martin. So they've done some scouting early, and they're taking things away from Lake Central.
Schlottman with the basketball on the left wing, being guarded by Bannister. Under 4 minutes to play in the quarter. 8-point advantage to the Stags. On the dribble drive, Luke Hackett tries to go to the corner to Schlottman. It was knocked around, but Schlottman gets it. Stojic wants a three from the right side and hits it.
They're doing a great job of spacing the floor. Timeout, Lake Central.
3 threes already in this first quarter for Munster. They lead it 14-3 with 3:35 to play in the first. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 30-second timeout called by Lake Central. Matt Maloney, real estate agent with Rossi and Taylor, considers it an honor to provide great service to Northwest Indiana and more. Matt's reputation over the years has made him a guy to see for all real estate needs. Remember, it's not baloney, it's Maloney. Jesse Kiekert, a realtor with Prime Real Estate, works hard when it comes to fulfilling the needs of clients. Jesse is part of the Smart Seller program, so when a home is listed and the seller finds their own buyer, the seller pays no commission fees. Visit mymunsterhome.com and see what Jesse and Product 19 can do for you. So Lake Central basketball, 14-3 Munster.
Yeah, Lake Central needs to get something to the basket here. That's a 12-0 run they need to stop. You don't want to let Munster get out of the gate this fast.
Here's Bannister with the basketball. Bannister to the corner. Austin Atkins pump fakes, gets this man up. Stojic to the basket for 2 for the Mustangs. 16-3, missed shot by Lake Central. Luke Hackett on the dribble up to the free throw line. Stojic. Good job right there by Hackett, taking it as far as he could, recognizing he had nothing, and getting it back out so they could set up the offense, they being the Mustangs.
Yeah, Munster's going dribble drive with kickouts. They're spacing the floor with 4 outside of man. Just getting great looks right now.
This is Luke Hackett with it on the left wing. Schlottman, spin move to try to get away from Skylar Smith. Can't, so a dump down, low post move. Mandich blocked by Ian Martin, and Martin's going to be called for the foul. First on Ian Martin, second on Lake Central with 2:26 to play in the first.
That's a nice spin move by Mandich. Really not sure I saw a foul there, Jerry. We had a pretty good look here, a little different angle than the official. Looks like he might have had small.
So Mandich will go to the line to shoot a couple for the Mustangs.
Well, if you're Munster, this is everything you want for the start of a sectional opener.
Mandich hits the first.
They're hitting shots, they're spacing the floor, they're getting stops. Lake Central's actually hurried themselves in a couple possessions in a row now.
Into the ball game, Connor Manis for the Mustangs. And waiting at the scorer's table, Antoine Van Dyke. He'll check in for Mandich. Second one by Mandich, good, so Van Dyke will be in. 18-3 Munster, 2:26 to play in the first quarter.
I gotta admit, Jerry, I'm pretty shocked by this start.
You and me.
Didn't expect this at all day. I've been looking forward to this now.
You and me both, Tom. In for Lake Central is Gage Ray, the junior guard.
It's funny, even the Munster student section's kind of quiet. I think everybody's in shock right now.
So here come the Indians, and this is really a very important final 2 minutes of this quarter, Tom. They've got to get a little momentum going, get a little bit of scoring going, and Joe Bannister, aggressive offensively, hits the floater.
Yeah, that finally stops the 16-0 run by Munster.
Stojic for 3, count it. Adam Stojic. 11 points in the opening quarter for Stojic, 21-5 Mustangs.
That basket right now for Munster's got to look like a hula hoop. Everything they're throwing up is going in.
They're liking that shooting background down there, aren't they, on that north end of the gym? Here's Bannister to the hole again, scores. 21-7. Schlottman all the way to the basket, can't get it to fall, but we're going to get a foul on Austin Atkins, his first and the team's third.
You know, it's funny you bring up the shooting background because people who aren't here, maybe you're watching at home, they've got the end zone stands pushed up. So the it's almost a tall wall, 40-foot wall. When these stands are all the way back in the end, it's a lot tougher background to shoot with. We've been able to practice here a couple years in a row, and it does make a difference.
Well, maybe the shooting background doesn't help from the free throw line, as that was an air ball that came up short by Schlottman.
I think somebody turned the fan on. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Got to play the wind once in a while. He's such a good shooter, too. That's a shocker. Wants to come off his hand wrong.
Second one off net. That's more like what we've seen from Kevin all year. 22-7, 15-point lead for Munster. Here comes Lake Central, minute and a half to play in this first quarter.
Yeah, they're down 15. If they can even get this to 12 or under, it's got to feel like you're back in it by the end of the
Austin
quarter.
Atkins with the dribble, lost the handle, ball's loose, and Drew Hackett picks it up. How about the fact that Munster's up 15 and Drew Hackett hasn't scored yet? Off the front of the iron by Drew Hackett, no good. Rebound Lake Central. Bannister all the way against three Mustang defenders, can't get it to fall, and it is knocked out of bounds by Bannister going after his own rebound.
That's what makes Drew Hackett such a good player, though. He does what needs to be done for his team. He's passed up some pretty quality shots to get better shots for his teammates, and that's just a sign of a good player.
Ethan Darter into the ball game for Lake Central, as Ian Martin will have a seat. Schlottman bringing the basketball into the front court, being defended by Bannister. Atkins cuts him off. Goes to Van Dyke. Entry pass on the inside to Stojic. Stojic gets in the lane. Dump off. Van Dyke scores.
It's a great pass by Stojic in the paint there. See Van Dyke slipping underneath the basket. That's a tough pass. Some great hands by Van Dyke to catch that one.
24-7 Munster. 35 seconds to play in the first half.
This offensive outburst is amazing. 24 points in a sectional opener.
Yeah,
because
usually
not nervous, huh?
I guess so. Because that's usually what you see in the opening quarter, the opening game.
Tightness, teams feeling each other out. You usually see some turnovers, some drop balls. We haven't seen any of that out of Munster. It's like they played a game on the way here.
15 seconds as Lake Central has decided to let the clock run down and play for a final shot. We're at 10. Bannister. Step out by Stojic doesn't give Bannister anywhere to go. Now Drew Hackett has him, and Bannister lost it out of bounds with 1.9.
That's the story of this first quarter for Lake Central. They try to hold the ball for a last shot and end up turning it over.
It just comes into Schlottman, who catches it. Horn goes off. That's the end of the first. Munster 24, Lake Central 7. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network at regionsports.com. The Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, Chevy runs deep. Along with Tom Branca, Jerry Siska back with you here at the Barado Center in East Chicago. We are underway in the second quarter as Mandich scores for Munster. 26-7 in favor of the Mustangs.
Yeah, for Coach Malaznik for Lake Central here, you got to find maybe a look for Skylar Smith that's clean.
Since 1922, Smith Chevy and Hammond and Smith Chevy and Lowell have been working hard to earn trust as quality auto dealers.
Bannister drives the paint. Can't get it to fall. Knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to the Mustangs.
Well, when things are going bad, every loose ball is going to Lake Central right now. Every loose ball, every tip ball. Lake Central just got to get a couple stops at this end. It's not necessarily the offense. You got to get stops in sectional play. They're still in their man-to-man defense here.
Sean Griffin comes into the ball game for Lake Central, replacing Joe Bannister, who gets his first break of the night. Connor Manis with the basketball. Mandich. Drew Hackett between the circles with the left hand, takes it to the left side. Gage Ray on him. His brother Luke. Austin Island, who's in the game, gets the basketball. Drew Hackett. Manis for three. Short off the front of the iron. And Skylar Smith chases down the rebound.
There's the stop they needed. Now, without Joe Bannister in the game, he's been going one-on-one a little bit, trying to create. Let's see where they go here.
Griffin's pass intended for Martin, nearly stolen by Island, but Griffin able to get it back. This time it's Diak with it out on top. Gage Ray. Griffin on the left wing. Gage Ray between the circles as Lake Central will reset.
Connor Manis is now face guarding Skylar Smith all over the half court here, not letting him get any look.
Skylar Smith with the basketball now as he ran off a screen through the lane. Gives it up. Diak has it. Griffin. Boy, they're backing off of Griffin, daring him to shoot. And he's going to, and it's off the iron. No good. Manis quickly the other way. Gives it up. Luke Hackett. Manis inside. Mandich. And he got himself caught under the basket there, Tom, and threw it away.
Yeah, he got stuck in no man's land once he left his feet. That's 2 straight stops for Lake Central. They need to take advantage of one here.
Martin.
They need to just chip away one possession at a time. Last time I checked, there's no 19-point play when you're down 26-7.
Martin wants a 3. That's no good. Long board chased down into the right corner by Diak. Diak going to take it against Mandich. The runner, good. Awkward looking shot, Tom, but it went in.
Yeah, I think if you're a coach, that's a no-no okay right there. Throwing it over his right shoulder while he's going to his left across the middle of the lane.
Timeout, Lake Central. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 5:09 to play in the first half. Munster 26, Lake Central 9. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by attorney Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group, located at 1000 Eagle Ridge Drive in Cherryville. The Hand Law Group has over 20 years' experience in personal injury, family law, estate planning, and business law. To learn more, the web address is carlhandlaw.com, and the phone number is 219-961-2376. Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group. Quality, experience, results. We got scores here, my friend. How about we do a scoreboard update brought to you by the Smith Auto Group. 3 Northwest Indiana locations, 2 brands, 1 name.
In the other local 4A sectional of Maryville, the Portage Indians beating the LaPorte Slicers 61-47. In Hebron in 2A, Boone Grove Wolves 51, Lake Station 45. And in 1A at Couch, Washington 42-41 over Morgan Township.
A Luke Hackett pass was intercepted by Skylar Smith, and he brings it into the front court for Lake Central as Bannister is back in after that timeout. Gage Ray, Bannister at the top of the key, 4:44 to play in the first half. 17-point lead for the Mustangs. Ian Martin, Gage Ray.
Skylar Smith has no space. He's in the corner with Connor Manis draped all over him.
Bannister. It's 4-on-4 basketball, really. Gage Ray for 3. Good.
Good-looking jump shot by Gage Ray. He's a good shooter. He gets an opening like that, he can knock him down.
Well, it was
4-on-4 right now. They're just not letting Skylar Smith get involved.
It was 19. It's now 14. Make it 16 on the basket by Mandich. Too easy. They missed him on the inside. Bannister, kick out. Martin, good. Ian Martin with a baseline jumper. 28-14.
All of a sudden the pace is picked up. They're both scoring. So back to a 14-point game. Lake Central's got to chip away like we thought.
You know, if they even get this down to 10 at the halftime, they're in this game.
Exactly. They've got the ability to go on their own runs, too. So this isn't a team that, when they're down 12, is going to be in trouble.
Bannister picks up a foul, trying to intercept the pass from Manis. Bumped into Manis on the play. Tried to avoid the contact, but couldn't. As Ryan Burita into the game for Lake Central for the first time, and Kevin Schlotman returns. First foul on Bannister. 4th team on Lake Central. 3:42 to play in the first half. No fouls have been called yet against the Mustangs.
You know, and it seems like all year we've had a lot of touch fouls and hand checks called. There hasn't been any of those called here yet. I thought the refs have really let them play. A lot of 2 hands and elbows, forearms in the back of the post without a lot of foul calls.
Mandich on the high post left wing. Gives it up to Drew Hackett on the left wing. Mandich again. He's outside the arc this time as the clock continues to move at 3:18. Drew Hackett on the dribble, lost it, able to get it to Manis. Into the corner, and Schlotman with Bannister on him. Schlotman brings it between the circles, resets, spin move, takes it to the elbow right side, gives it up to Ostojic. Ostojic drives the lane, spins off the glass, it won't go. Diak with the board, and here comes Bannister, under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Bannister to the glass, got it, and he's fouled by Drew Hackett.
Yeah, you can almost sense a little bit of life by the Lake Central Indians off of that. Cuts it to 12 with a chance to go to the line. They've got a few stops in a row now. And at this end, Joe Bannister decides he wants to get to the rim. He's tough to stop.
They're going to call that foul on Kevin Schlotman. The team's first, and it's a 12-point game as Bannister goes to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. The free throw is up and good. Lake Central slowly trying to work their way back into this one after being down 19. It's an 11-point game. Still 2:45 to play in the first half. Stojic with it. The Bandage at the top. Demanis on the left wing. Drew Hackett gets a screen, takes it along the lane, and a foul.
That was just old-fashioned high screen by Munster with Drew Hackett and Mandich. That's a tough combination to stop.
And that'll go against Ryan Burita. His first, the team fifth, as Luke Hackett enters for Munster. And Ian Martin is back in for Lake Central.
Joe, I won't go in the score sheet, but Connor Manis did a great job defensively, just not even letting Skylar Smith get a look for Lake Central. He just got subbed out of the game.
We're nearing the end of the first half. On the inbounds play, Mandich gets open and scores. Well-run inbounds play from under the basket for Munster. Skylar Smith doesn't even have a shot attempt yet, Tom.
He had the one air ball early.
That's right, from way out. Yes, you are correct.
It's tough when you're working that hard to get the ball to all of a sudden be able to make shots.
Here's a touch, and he's going to be fouled. And he's going to get 3 free throws. He let it go right off the catch. Luke Hackett knocking him to the ground. The first on Luke. Second team on Munster. And his dad, Mike, not real happy with him right at the moment there, Tom.
Mike's probably telling him, hey, we've kept that guy under control. You know he's going to shoot it next time he touches, no matter where he's at. So don't run into a three-point shooter.
He hits the first free throw.
He'll get just a guess what he might have said. What do you think?
Get 2 more. Second one. Good.
You know, emotionally, they can cut this to 10 if he makes this last free throw. That's an emotional hurdle sometimes for the team. You can get it to 10 and then on the next get a stop and a score and get it in single digits.
Third one is in and out, but Martin gets the board and scores. Ian Martin with the putback pulls Lake Central within 9, 30-21. 2:05 to play in the first half.
That was a 4-point possession for Lake Central. 2 free throws and an offensive rebound putback.
Well, Stojic with it on the right wing. He's going to take it to the bucket and score it. Adam Stojic, after 11 in the first quarter, that's his first basket in the second quarter. He's having a big opening half, Tom.
Yeah, and everything's around the rim. He's doing a great job of getting to the basket, protecting the ball. He's drawn a couple fouls. He's got an inside game, and he was a point guard the last couple of years. That's what's interesting.
This is Gage Ray with it. Gives it up to Bannister. 32-21 Munster. Skylar Smith for 3. No good. I think he was trying to draw a foul by something there a little bit with Skylar Smith.
A lot of officials would have called that too.
Schlotman gives it up to a Stojic. Dump on the inside. Too far for Mandich, out of bounds. It'll go to the Indians as Austin Atkins re-enters for LC.
You know, for Coach Hackett here, you had a big lead. And you've let these guys climb back in with a minute 15, and they can get this into single digits again here. They cut it to 9, gave up a basket, so Lake Central with a basket here to get it back to 9 or 8.
After a 24-point opening quarter, Munster's only scored 8 points in the second, Tom.
And ordinarily in an opening sectional, you would be fine with 8 to 10 points a quarter, but they started with 24, right?
Yeah. Here's Atkins. He's on the right side. Gives it up to Bannister. Thought about the 3. Drew Hackett defense. Gage Ray pops out and gets the basketball. Back to Bannister, 45 seconds.
So Drew Hackett is a very good on-the-ball defender against point guards. Very underrated, actually. I don't think people give him enough credit for that.
Bannister has backed up the dribble to right here at the half-court line in front of us at the scorer's table. Dave Malosnik says, we want just one more shot in this half. Give Munster no more possessions. We'll either take it in here or in single digits. Let's see what they do as we're under 20 seconds to play.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a dribble drive with a kick out to Gage Ray here. If they leave Gage Ray open and then come to the right side, he may get a shot.
Spin move by Bannister. Can't get it to fall, but he's fouled. And he'll get a couple. Nikolai Mandich with the foul. Joe Bannister going to the line to shoot 2. Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Cherryville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. First one by Bannister. No, off the back of the iron. Joe will get one more as Burita comes back into the lineup for LC, and Martin will have a seat. Bannister to try to make this a 10-point game with 8.6 on the clock here in the first half. Second one by Bannister. Good. Bannister splits a pair that time, 2 of 3 on the night, and 8 points in this opening half.
Yeah, we talked about getting it to 10. It's at 10 right now, and I think if you're Coach Mlazic, you're feeling pretty good about how they settled down in the second quarter. Got themselves back in the game.
Amir Ransom in for these last 8 seconds, and here's a reach-in foul. With 1.6, and it'll be out of bounds to Munster. That is only the 6th team foul. The personal on 32, Ryan Burita. So, out of bounds is where the ball will be taken by the Mustangs. Baseline, left side of the bucket with 1.6. Schlotman to trigger the inbound. Gets it all the way out to Drew Hackett. One dribble, 3 ball, good! Drew Hackett at the horn gives the Mustangs a 35-22 lead at the half. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com. Misprint can help your team's identification with team banners, trading cards, personalized team posters, stickers, decals, and fundraising ideas too. Misprint has 2 locations, 8244 Calumet Avenue in Munster, and in Hammond at 6931 Calumet Avenue. Both locations open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and in Munster, Saturdays till noon. Online, it's misprintusa.com. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, designs, and signs.
Hey, it's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletics programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristensenChevy.com.
Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same, and life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to, in part, underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players at highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
Since 1922, Smith Chevy in Hammond and Smith Chevy in Lowell have been working hard to earn trust as quality auto dealers for Northwest Indiana. With a wide range of new Chevrolets like the all-new Impala and the 35 miles per gallon Cruise and plenty of certified pre-owned vehicles in stock, Smith Chevy tries to make the sales process as simple as possible by matching customers to the vehicle that fits them best. And Smith Chevy has the highest rated service department in Chicagoland. Smith Chevrolet, the first new car option.
Green 18! Green 18!
The Region Sports Network is proud to be the exclusive media partner of the Crown Point Junior Bulldog Youth Football League. The Junior Bulldogs are Northwest Indiana's largest independent youth football league, serving over 500 players and their families from 22 Northwest Indiana communities. For more information on the Crown Point Junior Bulldogs Youth Football League, the website is cpjrbulldogs.com. That's cpjrbulldogs.com.
If you're looking for a real restaurant that's way above what the chains have to offer, now is the time to break the chain habit without breaking the bank at the Town Club in Highland. We We specialize in huge, juicy steaks, terrific prime rib, delicate and tasty perch, all served fresh for you in a warm and cozy setting. If you haven't been here in a while, now is a great time to come back. If you've never joined us for a great meal, you will leave wanting to come back again and again. The Town Club is open for lunch or dinner. The Town Club, 2904 45th Street in Highland. You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSport.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network at RegionSports.com. It is underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. For more details on the great Chevy lineup, the website is ChevyDrivesChicago.com. Along with Tom Brankin, Jerry Siska back with you at the Barado Center in East Chicago, where the Munster Mustangs lead the Lake Central Indians 35-22 in the opening round of the Class 4A Sectional 1 tournament. The winner gets West Side on Friday night in game number 1. More action here at the Barado Center tomorrow evening, as in game number 1, the Chicago Central Cardinals will take on the Morton Governors, and in game number 2, the Highland Trojans will take on the Lowell Red Devils. That's your action tomorrow night here at East Chicago. Let's take a look at some of the stats from the opening half, Tom. One player in double figures for the Mustangs, and a lot of that from an enormous opening quarter that helped carry Munster to a big first quarter lead. Adam Stojic, 13 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist in the opening 16 minutes.
Yeah, and 11 of those came in the first quarter when Munster just couldn't miss. But Stojic getting his stuff going to the basket. He's got 2 threes. They look really clean. But other than that, he's been going to the basket and getting what he wants.
Take a look at some of the other numbers for the Mustangs. Luke Hackett has 5 points. Kevin Schlotman has 4 points. Drew Hackett has 3. That came on the buzzer beater to finish the first half. Antoine Van Dyke has 2, and Nikola Mandic has 8 for their total of 35. How about a 13 of 17 from the floor in the first half for Munster, Tom? 77%.
Yeah, a couple things there. 13 for 17 is amazing from the floor. 10 of those 13 field goals had assists. That just shows how they're sharing the ball and spacing the floor. And when they go to the basket, they're not always going to look at the score in the paint. They're getting kickouts or layups. They're making the game look real easy. Points per possession is something us coaches look at. 1.59 points per possession is amazing. That's off the charts. In my 7 years, I think I've seen a half of maybe 1.5 twice.
Wow. They've protected the basketball extremely well, too, Tom. Munster only 3 turnovers in the opening half.
Yeah, both teams. Even Lake Central only has 3 turnovers. So in that respect, it's been a really clean game. Just Munster isn't missing any shots.
Conversely, Lake Central, 8 of 19 from the floor in the first half, 42%. Here's how the point breakdown is for the Indians from half number 1. Joe Bannister had 8. Frank Diak has 4. Gage Ray has 3. Skylar Smith has 2. Austin Atkins has 3. And Ian Martin has 2 for their total of 22 points. 8 of 19, as I mentioned, from the floor, 42%, 2 of 8 from three-point range. Cold shooting by Lake Central in the first half.
You know, it's a combination of things. It's cold shooting. It's also, at times, I thought the wrong guys were shooting. Munster did a great job of keeping Skylar Smith from getting good looks. And we've seen games when you get to Chicago where Skylar Smith carried them for a half by hitting 5 threes and a half. He comes out tonight, he had 2 or 3 looks was in for a whole half, and he was working, never came off the floor. But Munster really came out and said he's not going to beat us. And at times, Austin Atkins early was getting looks and maybe forced a couple shots. If you're Munster, you're going to let Austin Atkins try to beat you instead of Skylar Smith.
Munster wins the battle of the boards as well, Tom. Out-rebounding Lake Central 11-5 in the first half. Just 1 and 2 on the offensive side, so not many second opportunities for either club.
No, if you look at it, Munster only missed 4 shots, and Lake Central's got 3 defensive rebounds, so they got 3 of the 4 misses. So that's not bad.
35-22, the Mustangs lead the Indians here at the break. We're about 2 minutes away from the start of the third quarter, so let's take another break, and Tom and I will be back with third quarter action. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
regionsports.com.
Blue 82, located in St. John just across from Lake Central High School, is where big screen sports, mouth-watering food, live music, and good times are all on the same team. Featuring food prepared from scratch with top-quality ingredients, Blue 82 provides a fun and relaxed atmosphere for groups big and small. Blue 82 is open for quick lunches, outstanding dinners, and late-night snacks. To see all that Blue 82 has to offer, including their menu, the website is www.blue82.net.
McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's, 1-800-837-1400, or online at mcshanes.com. You're listening to high school basketball action on regionsport.com.
Welcome back to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer presentation of high school basketball right here at regionsports.com. Along with Tom Brankin, Jerry Siska back with you at the Parado Center in East Chicago. Time for a scoreboard update brought to you by the Smith Auto Group, Smith Chevrolet in Hammond and Lowell. We go the extra mile.
And some of the scores we've got here in Sectional 1 in East Chicago, as you've heard, we've got Munster leading Lake Central 35-22. That's in Class 4A. In Maryville in Sectional 2 and 4A earlier today, Portage Indians beat the LaPorte Slicers 61-47. And in Game 2, Valparaiso had a 12-3 lead over the Crown Point Bulldogs. Crown Point opened up the second quarter with an 11-0 run to make it a 14-12 game. In Class 3A at Calumet, the New Prairie Cougars, after three quarters, were leading Kankakee Valley 39-27. In Class 2A at Hebron in Sectional 33, Boone Grove Wolves defeated Lake Station Eagles 51-45. And the last score we have at Couch in Class 1A, Washington Township avenged an earlier season loss over Morgan Township 42-41.
Thank you very much, Tom. We get set to start third quarter action with the Mustangs leading the Indians 35-22. It'll be Munster basketball, and they will go left to right here in the second half of action. So Kevin Schlotman on the floor. Mandich, Luke Hackett, Ostojic, and Drew Hackett, the original starting five for the Mustangs. As this is Ostojic right to the glass. Scores!
It's been working. They went right back to it. They had Austin Atkins on his right hip while he was going down the left lane line and scored easy.
Atkins, Smith, Bannister, Martin, and Diak, the original starting five for Lake Central, as this is a basket by Diak. 37-24 the score, 7:25 to play in the third. Mustangs with the lead in the basketball. Schlotman, Drew Hackett, Mandich to Luke Hackett. Schlotman got a screen, comes out on top. Skylar Smith recovers nicely. And here's a pass. Drew Hackett with trouble handling it. Finally does get it.
Out there.
Sure was between him and Bannister. No whistle. Drew Hackett taking it to the bucket off the glass. Good. That's second field goal only of the night for Drew Hackett. 5 points, 39-24 Munster. 6:45 in the third. Here's Bannister. Diak has a good open look. He doesn't want to take that shot, though, Tom.
No, they're going to try to get the ball here to Skylar Smith.
Smith's going to come right inside the arc and score. Skylar Smith with the jumper.
Right on cue.
39-26, 6:28 to play. Schlotman to Ostojic. Luke Hackett in his pass, intercepted by Martin. To Bannister, come the Indians. Bannister taking it in the lane, and we're going to get a whistle, a foul, a block call against Luke Hackett. That'll be two for Luke, and first team on Munster in the second half.
Yeah, Coach Hackett doesn't like that call. I thought Luke Hackett was there, and Joe Bannister tried hopping through and caught his feet on Luke's legs, and he got called for the foul.
Pass comes in to Diak, to Martin, to Austin Atkins. Skylar Smith puts up a three. That's an air ball. Drew Hackett pulls it out of the air, brings it up on the dribble, up ahead. Too far, Mandich. He couldn't reach it. Went out of bounds. And Mike Hackett just with the left hand saying, slow it down.
Right, you don't really.
We're okay. We got a 13-point lead.
Yep.
Let's run our offense.
I do love the big guy running down the floor, though. And man, you got to try to get it to him. When your big guy runs that hard, you got to try to reward him.
It was just out of the reach of his fingers, and Diak thought Martin was cutting out. He cut in, but Martin able to save it before it went out of bounds on the far side. Bannister has it now. To Austin Atkins here on the left, to the middle. Bannister, long three, right wing, good.
Good-looking jump shot by Joe Bannister, gets them back within 10.
39-29 Mustangs, 5.5 to play in the third. Bandage. Stojic, he's going to work down low against Atkins. Can't find anything, still manages to kiss it off the glass and score. Adam Stojic.
Adam Stojic, taking a great word from him, he's crafty. He just gets it done down there. He doesn't look like he's got a size advantage, and somehow just gets buckets down in the box.
Austin Atkins with it on the left side of the floor.
That's how he played football this year, too, running the option. He'd be the only guy that knew he still had the ball.
Bannister takes it to the baseline right side, cut off. Has to give it up and does to Diak. Diak now takes it. Runner over the rim. And a Stojic on the weak side with the board. Adam going to bring it up on the dribble. Does the crossover twice. Takes it along the lane. To Bandage. Tie up and a whistle and a foul against Diak. And Dave Mawalsnik doesn't like that call.
And he's out on the floor across half court right now. He wants a jump ball.
The Lake Central fans do not like it as well, as Bandage is going to shoot a couple of free throws.
As physical as they've let this game get, I'm a little surprised by that call.
Well, you were just talking about it a couple possessions back and all the contact between Drew Hackett and Joe Bannister, and nothing was called.
Right, that's been going both ways. The defenders out in space are getting two hands on dribblers, rerouting dribblers, and all year that's been not even a point of emphasis. That's a rule change in high school this year. Get the hands off of them.
Bandage misses the first free throw.
I'm actually really surprised in the sectional opener how physical they're letting them play, to be honest.
Second free throw by Bandage. In and out. And a foul on Kevin Schlotman on the rebound attempt. Slaps the arm of Diak. For Schlotman is second, and the team's second and a half. Connor Manis comes in. Schlotman will have a seat. 4:36 to play in the third. 41-29, Munster. Matt Maloney, real estate agent with Rossi and Taylor, considers it an honor to provide great service to Northwest Indiana and more. Matt's reputation over the years has made him a guy to see for all real estate needs. Remember, it's not Maloney, it's Maloney. Bannister with it. Bannister on the wing, left side. Ian Martin wants top of the key three. He hardly left the floor. Bannister chases it down. Whistle a foul against Drew Hackett.
No, that shot was really flat, wasn't it? It looked like it
barely left the floor, yeah. And it's the first on Drew Hackett, third team on the Mustangs this half. Lake Central taking it out of bounds on the baseline. Bannister brings it into Martin. Bannister gets it back at the top of the key. Wanted to take a three. Good cover up by Drew. Forced him to give it up to Diak. Back to Bannister. We're approaching 4 minutes. Here's the top of the key jumper. No good. Knocked around. Picked up Munster. Drew Hackett quickly the other way. Against Diak. Can't get it to fall. But Drew Hackett going to go to the line to shoot two. And Diak picks up his third foul for Lake Central.
That's a big foul for Diak to pick up there. Joe Bannister had a chance to maybe take a foul at half court. It would only been his second, but of course, you're not thinking that way. Instead, he exposes Diak for the third foul.
Gage Ray comes off the bench. He'll get ready to check in after this first free throw. First one, good by Hackett. And Diak will come out. So Lake Central gets smaller with this substitution. And Kevin Schlotman re-enters for the Mustangs as Luke Hackett will have a seat.
Yeah, I think that today I actually like Lake Central a little smaller. I think it may get them back into this game with more shooters on the floor.
Second one by Drew Hackett, up and good. Hackett hits them both. He has 7 in the ball game, 43-29 Munster. Just under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Bannister with it. And threw it for Skylar Smith right by him and into the Lake Central bench. Jesse Kickert, a realtor with Prime Real Estate, works hard when it comes to fulfilling the needs of clients. Jesse is part of the Smart Seller program. So when a home is listed and the seller finds their own buyer, the seller pays no commission fee. Visit mymunsterhome.com and see what Jesse at Product 19 Can do. Here are the Mustangs. Mandich, 18-footer in and out. Bannister gets the rebound. Bannister quickly the other way, all the way to Glass. Can't get it to fall against two Mustangs. Drew Hackett up the floor. Kicks it to the far side to Schlotman. Schlotman lost the handle, gets it back. Dumps down. Mandich had it knocked away by Ian Martin. It'll stay with the Mustangs with 3:15 left in the third.
Well, Lake Central's defense these last two possessions has been outstanding. They're flying around. If they're going to get back in that game, they got to get some of those stops.
The inbounds pass from the baseline comes out to Mandich, to Drew Hackett, to Stojic, now to Connor Manis. Manis, cross-court pass to Schlotman in the left corner. Skip pass across the floor, Drew Hackett right wing. Drew's going to take a three over Skylar Smith and hit it.
That's just too easy for Drew Hackett to measure him up and take a shot like that over the top of a smaller Skylar Smith.
The lead is back to 17 for Munster, 46-29, 2:45 to play, third quarter. Here's Gage Ray on the dribble. Brings it to the left side of the floor, gives it up to Bannister. He's going to work on Hackett on the baseline, and Drew will pick up his second foul. And that'll be the fourth team against the Mustangs. Significance there, Tom. Lake Central trying to get aggressive, almost to pick up as many fouls on Mustangs as they can to try to get to the line as often as possible.
See if they can get in the bonus early and score with the clock stopped.
Luke Hackett in. Drew Hackett will have a seat. And Ethan Darter is back in for Lake Central's. Austin Atkins will grab a little bench. Darter gets this inbound pass. Martin has it at the top of the key. Skylar Smith, left wing three off the iron. That's no good. Martin read the rebound perfect. Can't get the shot, though, after picking up the rebound. Here comes Luke Hackett into the front court. Gives it up to a Stojic. Stojic into the lane. Kick out. Manis for three, right corner. That's no good. Bannister with the board. He's going to bring it up against four Mustangs. Takes it to the rim. It's goal.
Joe Bannister is trying to will this team back into this game. That's a great move in traffic.
46-31 Munster. Schlotman, foul Bannister. That's two on Joe. Third team on the Indians.
It's been a physical basketball game.
Yeah, it has. Stojic into the backcourt to Manis on the inbounds pass. To Schlotman in the jump ball circle as Munster sets. Van Dyke gets set to re-enter for the Mustangs at the next stoppage of play. Connor Manis on the left side, Manis at the top of the key. Back to Connor Manis. Manis takes it to the baseline. Stojic. Schlotman. Schlotman backs up, takes a three from the right wing. That's too strong. And a contact. Ethan Darter was chasing it down, and Kevin Schlotman's going to get the foul, his third. His third, the team's fifth.
And that was just an aggressive. He took the shot, tried fouling his shot, and Darter, who was guarding him, actually got between him and the ball. Kind of a 50-50 call, but it's the right call.
Van Dyke in, Mandich out, Drew Hackett back in, Schlotman out, Austin Atkins back in, Ian Martin out.
Neither team's gone very deep in their bench. We'll see how they hold up in the fourth quarter, as physical as this game's been, and as hard as they're playing. Both teams are really playing hard.
Austin Atkins with it. Gives it up. Gage Ray. Ray takes it to the right. Pull-up jumper. No, it won't fall. Pulled off the rim by Luke Hackett. 1:10 to go in the third. Mustangs by 15, and they have the basketball. Drew with the dribble between the legs and the crossover. Gives it up to Van Dyke, and it goes to the left side. Luke. Manis. Volleyball line between the circles. Gives it up to Stojic. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter. Manis, Van Dyke. Backdoor cut by a Stojic. Van Dyke tried to get a pass in there, but it was off the foot of Darter, and it'll stay with the Mustangs. They'll trigger the inbounds baseline, left side of the bucket as Mandich gets set to come back in.
This is the kind of quarter I expected in the opening quarter. It's 11-9 in the quarter, Munster over Lake Central. Both teams, a couple turnovers here and there, not making all their shots. It almost looks like this is the nervous quarter, where Munster came out in the first quarter like they played a game before this and just lit it up.
Amir Ransom into the ball game for Lake Central for these final 45. Drew Hackett working on Bannister. Couldn't get anything to the bucket, so he brings it out to the half-court line. Now tries to go to the bucket again. Popping out is a Stojic, and he has it at the top of the key, and we've got a whistle and a foul down away from the basketball, down in the low post, and it's going to go against Ransom.
Yeah, there was a mismatch down there. Ransom's trying to guard Mandich, and Mandich got about 5 inches on him. And they had a high-low look, and it looked like they might have thrown it, and Ransom grabbed a hold to make sure it didn't happen. So Lake Central just substituted bigger to try to keep Mandich out of the post.
Ryan Burita comes in. Munster basketball, baseline, left of the bucket. Throw all the way in the backcourt to Drew Hackett with half a minute left in the third.
And they're going to get the last shot here.
Drew Hackett, bounce pass, Mandich to Drew Hackett. 15 seconds. Drew backing the dribble up as Ransom defends, 10 seconds. Stojic comes to set a screen. Drew Hackett wants a three. That's off the back of the rim. Mandich gets the board. He's too far under to get the shot to go. Skylar Smith with it, and that'll end the third quarter. After three, here in the opening night of the East Chicago Sectional, it's Munster 46, Lake Central 31. Back with the fourth after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Regionsports.com.
Since 1922, Smith Chevy in Hammond and Smith Chevy in Lowell have been working hard to earn trust as quality auto dealers for Northwest Indiana. With a wide range of new Chevrolets like the all-new Impala and the 35 miles per gallon Cruise and plenty of certified pre-owned vehicles in stock, Smith Chevy tries to make the sales process as simple as possible by matching customers to the vehicle that fits them best. And Smith Chevy has the highest rated service department in Chicagoland. Smith Chevrolet, the first new car option.
Planning on traveling to Indianapolis for the state finals? Embassy Suites is located in the heart of Indianapolis. Embassy Suites is connected to Circle Center with many entertainment and dining options. All guests can enjoy 2-room suites with bedroom and living room and a complimentary hot breakfast each morning. Embassy Suites, Indianapolis, 317-236-1800 or 1-800-EMBASSY. You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
And prep basketball action on RegionSports.com, underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana, #1. Along with Tom Brank and Jerry Siska back with you at the Murado Center. Gage Ray for three to start the fourth quarter. 46-34. Munster by 12, and as the action goes on, we're going to squeeze in a scoreboard update brought to you by Smith Auto Group. Smith Auto Group, America's best, now for less.
Earlier today at Maryville, Portage beat LaPorte 61-47. Halftime score, Maryville in Class 4A, Crown Point 17-16 over Valparaiso. We still have a third quarter score, New Prairie over KV 39-27. Boone Grove beat Lake Station in Class 2A 51-45, and Washington Township beat Morgan Township 42-41 in Class 1A.
And that's your scoreboard update brought to you by the Smith Auto Group, Smith Chevy and Hammond. Se habla Espanol. Munster with the turnover. Lake Central to the bucket. Bannister fouled as he goes to the hoop. And Mike Hackett does not like that call one bit.
That's going to be Drew Hackett's third.
Three on Drew. 6 teams now on Munster. So Lake Central will go to the free throw line for the rest of the ball game at the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter, trailing by 12. First one by Bannister. Good.
Yeah, I don't want to be one to criticize officials or say what school I'm from, but it seems like all of a sudden we've been calling ticky-tacks in the second half after being really physical for 2.5 quarters.
Second free throw by Bannister. Up and good as well. Front of the iron, the backboard, and down. Joe hits them both. 5 of 6 on the night at the line. It's a 10-point game. We have 7 minutes left. Here come the Mustangs who lead it. Schlotman working against Bannister. Gives it up to Drew Hackett to Mandich out here on the top. Luke Hackett over on the far side with Skylar Smith on him. Now Schlotman, volleyball line between the circles. Takes it to the left side of the floor. Gives it up to Mandich, top of the key. Drew Hackett. Luke Hackett. Mandich.
Oh, they missed the
drops the
high-low
pass. Schlotman And a whistle and a foul against Lake Central. Gage Ray is first.
Again, Lake Central was down 17, and they've got their own 7-0 run here to cut it to 10. They need to get a stop here, get it back in single digits on the next possession if they can.
Smith scoreboard update. After 3 quarters, Whiting leading River Forest 31-28 at the Hebron Sectional in Class 2A. That's your scoreboard update. It's brought to you by Smith Auto Groups. Smith Chevrolet and Smith Ford, all roads lead to Lowell. So Munster triggering the inbounds pass from the baseline. Comes into Drew Hackett. He puts the shot up. It won't go. Nobody boxed out Schlottman after he threw the inbounds pass. He got the rebound, and he is fouled. Kevin Schlottman to shoot a couple. And Joe Bannister picks up his third. The free throws give me time to tell you that tonight's game is underwritten in part by attorney Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group. Located at 1000 Eagle Ridge Drive in Cherville, the Hand Law Group has over 20 years' experience in personal injury, family law, estate planning, and business law. To learn more, the web address is carlhandlaw.com, and the phone number is 219-961-2376. Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group. Quality, experience, results. So Schlottman misses the first free throw. Also, tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Cherville. When it comes to business, the Randall K. Miss Accounting puts the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541. They are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. So Schlottman splits a pair. 11-point advantage to Munster. Under 6 minutes to play. Here are the Indians on the attack. Ball tapped away by Munster into the back court. Mike Hackett says, we never touched that. That should have been an over and back. Bannister, spin move in the lane, bumped by Manis. Shot won't fall. Bannister going to go to the line to shoot a couple as Connor Manis picks up his first foul, 7th team. Ian Martin sets come back in for Lake Central. A scoreboard update brought to you by the Smith Auto Group. Smith Ford Lowell, your A, X, and Z plan headquarters. A final from the Calumet Sectional, Class 3A Sectional 18. New Prairie eliminates Kankakee Valley, 57-41. Bannister hits the first free throw, makes it a 10-point game once again. He'll get one more. Second free throw, up and off the front of the iron, no good. 47-37 Munster. Here come the Mustangs with 5.5 minutes to play in this one. More action here at East Chicago tomorrow night with the Cardinals taking on the Morton Governors in Game 1. And Highland taking on Lowell in Game 2. The winner of this one plays Westside in the opener on Friday night. Drew Hackett with the basketball, takes it into the lane, jump off, Ostoyevich. That won't fall. Tap Mandich won't fall. Ball loose, Mandich has it. Baby hook good. Nicola Mandich. Timeout Lake Central. That'll be a full timeout as that's all they have remaining. 49-37 in favor of the Mustangs. We're going to keep it right here because we've got some stuff that we can tell folks here, Tom. I just need to flip through all of it. Matt Maloney, real estate agent with Rossi & Taylor, considers it an honor to provide great service to Northwest Indiana and more. Matt's reputation over the years has made him a guy to see for all real estate needs. Remember, it's not baloney, it's Maloney. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the Game, underwritten by our friends at Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers, a blue-collar store for the blue-collar worker. Also, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the United Federal Credit Union Big Money Play of the Game. That's underwritten by our friends at United Federal Credit Union. United Federal Credit Union. Not a member yet? Open an account today at UnitedFCU.com. And also at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies, proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. So Lake Central basketball, Munster leads at 49-37. 5 minutes to play in this opening round ball game. Bannister brings it into the front court, and he double dribbled. Unforced turnover by the Indians.
Those hurt more than ones where they're being aggressive and maybe turn it over on a pass or just being aggressive. The unforced ones kill you.
How about all the neon that the Munster student section has over there, Tom?
Yeah, we've seen it all this year. We've seen neon, a lot of beach teams, it seems like. I wonder if that's what's going on over there.
Gage Ray picks up a foul, his second and the team's seventh. So bonus time for the Mustangs as Drew Hackett will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First free throw by Drew, up and good. Into the ball game, Frank Diak.
We've got another scoreboard update here too, Jerry. After three, Valparaiso 26, Crown Point Bulldogs 25.
A scoreboard update that is brought to you by the Smith Auto Group. The Smith Auto Group, the home of no hassle, no haggle pricing. Hackett hits them both. Back to a 14-point advantage for the Mustangs. 4:45 to play. Diak with it. Gives it up to Skylar Smith. Smith to Gage Ray. Wants a three off the back of the iron. Too strong. Bannister from the weak side. Got the board off the glass. Count it. And he's fouled.
It's a great rebound by Joe Bannister. Again, he's playing his heart out here. Gets the rebound, fights through traffic, throws it up, gets fouled. Chance for the and one.
He's been at the line a couple of times tonight to try to complete three-point play. Sean Griffin gets set to come in, and he will come in for Martin. 51-39 now is the score. Still 4.5 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, I've got Joe 5 for 7 from the line so far. Make this one and cut it back to 11 with 4.5 to go.
Amir Ransom in for Gage Ray. Well, for Joe, you're a senior, and this is what you expect out of your seniors at tournament time, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, they got to leave it all out there, and he has tonight. He's been a warrior all season every time I've got to see him play.
Bannister hits the free throw. Truly the leader of this club is the only real key returning member from that state runner-up squad a year ago. And he has led them quite well with his play all year.
Yeah, he's put him on his back at times. Other guys maybe have runs or do things, but Joe's the guy that makes them go.
Manis takes it on the dribble to the baseline on the right side. And we've got a timeout. Timeout called by Munster. It's a 30-second timeout. It's the first one they've used in the ball game. We'll keep it right here with 4:20 to play. 51-40 in favor of the Mustangs. Jesse Kickert, a realtor with Prime Real Estate, works hard when it comes to fulfilling the needs of clients. Jesse is part of the Smart Seller program. So when a home is listed and the seller finds their own buyer, the seller pays no commission fee. Visit mymunsterhome.com and see what Jesse and Product 19 can do. We do want to talk about some of the other folks here at the Region Sports Network. The management team, the executive producer is Chris Ramirez, our chief engineer is Mike Bonaventura, and our coordinating producer is Nathan Laird. Here to my left, producing the game on site tonight, Rich Castillo, doing the video. Chris Ramirez, video producer back at the studio, Nathan Laird, and all of those fine folks do a great job here at the Region Sports Network. Drew Hackett gets the inbounds pass. Gives it to Schlotman. You got to figure now, Tom, Munster going to run some clock.
Yeah, I think they're going to get great. They're looking just for great shots. They'll still take the open three because the way they're shooting today, that's still a high percentage shot.
Hackett to Schlotman. Schlotman to Manis.
Lake Central's trying to get Joe Bannister probably. He was sitting back and guarding somebody in the post, so he didn't have to run around as much, but now he's back on the ball.
Manis and Drew Hackett. Munster very spread out. Three across, free throw line extended, one low post. Drew Hackett out on top. Then they keep popping people to the top and moving from side to side. Schlotman, Manis between the circles, down to 3.5 minutes. Manis to the basket, and he's fouled from a push from behind. Joe Bannister picks up his fourth.
I might have called it on Skylar Smith.
I'm sorry.
Yep, he got Skylar Smith. They're both there.
Skylar Smith is first.
That Hurts played what you think is decent defense. They're making you run all over, then you pick up a foul.
Manis misses the first free throw. He'll get another. only 3 fouls on Joe Bannister.
Coach Malazik's going a little bit of offense, defense here. He brings Gage Ray and Ethan Darter back in the game.
Second free throw by Connor Manis is good as he splits a pair. 12-point lead for Munster. 3:20 to play. The winner against Westside, the first game on Friday night. Skylar Smith, long 3, and misses it again. That's his 3rd air ball from 3 tonight.
Yeah, that's a little frustration there. He really wasn't open. He's trying to force the issue a little bit. He knows he needs to make something and took the first available look instead of the first good look, probably.
He was fading back on that one, and he was taking it from almost 22 as it was.
That was a really tough shot. He's got to be exhausted. He's played the whole game, and all he's done is run around trying to get open with somebody in his shirt the whole game.
Full court pressure by Lake Central. Munster gets it into the front court. Slotman, Drew Hackett being defended by Bannister. Drew takes it out of the dribble into the lane. Nothing there, so he's going to bring it back out to Stojic. Under 3 minutes to go. Munster with the basketball and a 12-point lead. Bannister swipes at it from behind, misses. Drew Hackett dribbles it into the free throw area and back out to half court. Schlotman, Hackett. And now Bannister commits a foul.
And Munster does such a great job of spacing. As soon as Coach Malazic sent a player to go double the ball, it's just obvious who's open because of the way Munster spaces the floor so well.
4th foul now on Joe Bannister. Drew Hackett at the line. He'll shoot a 1 in the bonus as that's the 9th team foul against Lake Central.
A little bit of frustration there too by Joe Bannister. Refs did a good job of getting them together and calming the whole situation down.
So Hackett toes the line. Gets the basketball, and here's his first free throw on the 1 and bonus. First one. Good. Drew will get another. "13 points tonight for Drew Hackett.
And he's going to get a chance to score some more in the half court here with spreading the ball and holding the ball. It'll be in his hands down the stretch most of the time.
14 points and 6 of 6 at the free throw line for Drew. 4 of 4 in this quarter.
Not a smart foul by Connor Manis, 80 feet from the basket there in the back court. Stop the clock and let Joe Bannister go to the free throw line.
And Bannister will shoot a 1 in the bonus as that's the 19th foul on Munster. 2 fouls on Connor Manis.
Coach Hackett gave him the "what are you doing" on that one.
Yeah, you know that look as a player, and you just kind of walk away.
Yeah, you hope you don't catch his eye, right, as you're walking away?
Yeah, as you're like, oh boy, I know it. Oh, I can't. Hackett went to the foul line and sent Manis into the backcourt. So Mike can't talk to him.
I might want to talk to you, yeah.
But Mike, you can see by what happened, words of encouragement for Connor Manis. First free throw is good by Joe Bannister. Joe get one more as Austin Atkins waits at the scores table. Second one. Off the iron and good. 12-point game. Here comes Atkins.
I've got Joe Bannister for 21 points so far tonight.
How about his free throw shooting? 8 of 10, and he has hit 6 of 7 in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I believe he's a high 70% free throw shooter, so it's really not a surprise.
Foul on Joe Graziano, who's into the ball game. First on Joe. And we've got our let's foul group and our offense group.
Yeah, it's pretty clear who he thinks plays offense and defense, huh?
Yeah.
The problem here is you've got a foul, and Munster does a great job of keeping it in Drew Hackett's hands.
And it's
6 for 6 so far.
And it is double bonus time as that's the 10th foul. Hits that one, does Drew Hackett. Only man to stay on the floor for Lake Central is Diak.
Yeah, they've got to push, get something in transition. You're going to take quick layups here, or you're going to kick out three. Whatever first presents itself if you're Lake Central.
Second one for Hackett is good as well. 56-42 Munster. Exactly 2.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Bannister taking it to the basket, puts it up over Manis. It won't go. Inside position to Diak. And Diak is going to pick up the foul.
Well, I'm surprised by that one. I thought Diak was inside on that. I didn't see that call, neither did Coach Malosnik. Guess that's why I'm sitting up here and I don't have the stripes on.
Adam Stoy. Well, I'm with you. That's exactly how I described it. Diak had the inside position.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
So Stoyich at the line to shoot two for the Mustangs. With 2:22 left on the clock, he hits it.
Stretches the lead to 15 points. That's a big hurdle with 2:22 left, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of big deficit.
Second free throw off the front of the iron. Ethan Darter with the board to Bannister. Here comes Lake Central quickly the other way. Bannister, spin move against Manis. Lost the handle on the ball. It's knocked around. It's loose. The whistle. And we've got a foul coming against Lake Central. And that is Joe Bannister, and that is number 5.
Gets a hug from Coach Malosnik on his way off the floor and a standing ovation from this Lake Central crowd. He deserves it tonight.
21 points for Joe Bannister.
Yeah, he really hitched up his pants and worked hard all night. Never gave in, never gave up.
Mandich misses the first foul shot. He'll get one more. Tom, looking back at this, you realize this series over the last 30 years is tied at 21 games apiece?
Actually, I'm not surprised, I don't think.
30 years.
And they've dominated this sectional with East Chicago.
Yeah, that's very true. You've got to go back to 2005, a West Side team, to find somebody other than those three schools that have won the sectional. Pass. Connor Manis misses the layup. Mandich misses the follow-up. Manis misses the tap. And Skylar Smith stepped on the sideline, racing into the front court.
What a series there. Wide open breakaway layup for Manis, and got a little, had somebody from Lake Central underneath him. He had a chance, Mandich had a chance, he had a chance. Three chances. Martin, the senior, comes in one more time for Lake Central. Diak is out for a moment to have a chat with Coach Malosnik. 57-42 Munster, 1:50 on the clock left in the fourth. Drew Hackett bringing it up, crossing the half-court line, takes it to the free throw line, then spins and backs it out. Gage Ray on him. Ray, some contact. Hackett able to dribble some more, though. Ray now will get the foul. Third on Gage Ray. Drew Hackett back to the line once again. And he's 8 of 8 so far at the line, 6 of 6 in the fourth quarter.
Tonight's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Sherrville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. First one by Drew Hackett is all net. He'll get another.
Yeah, this first quarter is where this game got away from Lake Central.
Second one, good.
And Munster never looked back. They got it to single digits a couple times, but...
Well, it's been a completely even game. It was a 17-point Mustang lead after one. It's at 17 right now. Ethan Darter for three, good. Timeout Lake Central. It's a full timeout. Let's take a break as well. 59-45, Munster, 1:22 left. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in...
Regionsports.com.
Triple Crown All-Stars Baseball and Softball Academy in Sherrville is a year-round instructional facility featuring a fully AstroTurf building for team practice, batting cages, infield, and pitching mounds. The staff at Triple Crown features years of professional instruction in hitting, pitching, and fielding for both baseball and softball. Triple Crown All-Star Baseball and Softball Academy is located at 2208 US 41 in Cherville, and the number to call to make a reservation is 219-864-0711. The website is triplecrownallstars.com.
You're listening to high school basketball action on RegentSport.com.
Welcome back to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on the Regent Sports Network at RegentSports.com. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer, Chevrolet, the talk of the town. A scoreboard update brought to you by Smith Auto Group. Smith Chevrolet and Smith Ford, all roads lead to Lowell.
We've got an update over in Maryville. With 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Crown Point has a 2-point lead over Valparaiso, 35-33.
Adam Stojic running the baseline, gets it into Drew Hackett. Graziano defending. Drew Hackett with the dribble, brings it into the front court as he gets around Griffin as well. Then the pass is tipped, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Munster with 1:16 to play. Wow, what a difference of years, huh? State championship game a year ago, and elimination at game number 1 of the tournament is what it looks like for Lake Central. That whole graduation thing really changes things, don't it?
You're bringing back only one guy with significant time from last year's state runner-up.
Foul on Sean Griffin. Drew Hackett to the line, shooting 2 more.
That's the thing here in Indiana where you don't have seeds either, so these teams matched up. Now, if it was seeded, they might have matched up anyways, actually. Almost identical records.
Norrell Smith getting set to come in.
And Drew Hackett knocks another one down. Are we surprised at this point?
Not a bit.
No. Plays in the backyard shooting on the garage.
Ian Martin, the senior, out for the final time. The hug with Coach Dave Malosnik. Second one good by Drew Hackett. So here comes Griffin, 61-45. 16-point advantage to the Mustangs. Shot no good, and a rebound by the Mustangs as we're under 1 minute to play. Dave Malosnik telling his squad no fouls. Mike Hackett just wants them to run the clock out. Lake Central defending. Drew Hackett, jump ball circle with 45 seconds. He slipped and fell. Gave it to Stojic and a timeout, Munster. Probably be a 30 as they do have a 30-second timeout available. Again, more action here at East Chicago tomorrow night as the Cardinals take on the Morton Governors in Game 1, and that'll be a 5:30 tip. Cardinal and Governor fans, you're going to come out to the Verado Center to see that one. And then game number 2, a scheduled 7:30 start between Highland and Lowell. Winner here looks to be Munster. We'll get Westside in the opening game at 5:30 on Friday night here at the Verado Center. So 61-45, and we have a scoreboard update brought to you by the Smith Auto Group. Smith Chevrolet and Hammond and Lowell, we go the extra mile.
Valparaiso hit 2 free throws over in Maryville to tie the ball game up at 31.7 seconds. Valparaiso Crown Point are tied.
Stojic all the way into the backcourt to Drew Hackett. Austin Atkins waits for him across the half-court line. Drew does that now. With the left hand, takes it toward the left side, then just bounces it back to the half-court line. Drew's going to dribble it out, 25 seconds. Takes a couple moves towards Atkins and then just keeps bringing it back out. 12, 11, 10 seconds remaining. Drew Hackett at the half-court line. Austin Atkins. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 as Drew Hackett starts high-fiving the teammates. There's the horn. That's it. The season is over for Lake Central. Munster wins it 61-45 over the Lake Central Indians, and the Mustangs advance to take out Westside in Game 1 on Friday night. Let's take a break. Tom and I will be back with the postgame after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Regent Sports Network, the only game in town.
RegentSports.com.
Smith Smith Ford on Route 2 in Lowell is Northwest Indiana's straightforward, no-bull Ford dealer. Smith Ford has a great selection of new Fords like the new Fusion and C-Max hybrids that are rated at 47 miles per gallon, highway and city. Smith Ford also has a selection of fine pre-driven vehicles, and the service and parts departments are open 6 days a week to get you in and out in a timely fashion, no bull. Smith Ford on Route 2 in Lowell. The website is smithfordlowell.com.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, SkyTrail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini-golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Cherryville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
Sports in the region are about tradition, and since 1946, Berry Brothers in Hammond has built a tradition of quality and service. With a professionally trained sales staff, Berry Brothers offers a selection of quality American-made work boots, safety shoes, and apparel. Located on Indianapolis Boulevard, a half-mile north of Interstate 94, Berry Brothers is devoted to providing exceptional service to ensure the satisfaction of every customer. Berry Brothers is open 7 days a week, and gift certificates are available. The website is berrybros.com.
Your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are proud to be contributing members of the community here in Northwest Indiana. Your local Chevy dealers also pride themselves on their commitment to help you find a vehicle of your choice at a Chevy dealer near you. Our website is ChevyDriveChicago.com. Once again, that's ChevyDriveChicago.com. We look forward to serving you. Chevy runs deep.
At the Crowell Companies, our customers are more than just numbers on a ledger or anonymous people who sign up online. Our customers are the families we see at the ball fields, the grocery store, and all around the community. That's because for nearly 50 years, the Crowell Companies have been part of the community right here in Northwest Indiana, offering personalized custom services that only a local company can provide. For home, auto, and business insurance, it's the Crowell Companies, 923-2131. And online at crowellinsurance.com. The Crowell Companies, home of the insurance superheroes.
If you're looking for a real restaurant that's way above what the chains have to offer, now is the time to break the chain habit without breaking the bank at the Town Club in Highland. We specialize in huge, juicy steaks, terrific prime rib, delicate and tasty perch, all served fresh for you in a warm and cozy setting. If you haven't been here in a while, now is a great time to come back. If you've never joined us for a great meal, you will leave wanting to come back again and again. The Town Club is open for lunch or dinner. The Town Club, 2904 45th Street in Highland.
Blue 82, located in St. John just across from Lake Central High School, is where big screen sports, mouth-watering food, live music, and good times are all on the same team. Featuring food prepared from scratch with top-quality ingredients, Blue 82 provides a fun and relaxed atmosphere for groups big and small. Blue 82 is open for quick lunches, outstanding dinners, and late-night snacks. To see all that Blue 82 has to offer, including their menu, the website is www.blue82.net.
Misprint can help your team's identification with team banners, trading cards, personalized team posters, stickers, decals, and fundraising ideas too. Misprint has 2 locations, 8244 Calumet Avenue in Munster, and in Hammond at 6931 Calumet Avenue. Both locations open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and in Munster, Saturdays till noon. Online, it's misprintusa.com. Misprint in Munster and Hammond for custom print, designs, and signs. Planning on traveling to Indianapolis for the state finals? Embassy Suites is located in the heart of Indianapolis. Embassy Suites is connected to Circle Center with many entertainment and dining options. All guests can enjoy 2-room suites with bedroom and living room and a complimentary hot breakfast each morning. Embassy Suites, Indianapolis, 317-236-1800 or 1-800-EMBASSY. You're listening to high school basketball action on RegionSports.com.
Welcome back to this Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network on RegionSports.com. ChevroletNews.com, underwritten as always by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Number 1. Well, the Munster Mustangs advance to the opening round of the East Chicago Sectional, defeating Lake Central tonight by a final of 61-45. And you mentioned it in the fourth quarter, Tom. It was the opening quarter for Munster that Lake Central never could recover from.
Yeah, Munster came out of the gates and just lit it up. It was like it was their home gym. Everything they threw up went in, and it was a lot of different guys who were hitting threes too at one point. And Lake Central just couldn't get stopped and got it behind the 8 ball.
24-7, Munster led it after one and never looked back, leading after every quarter in this one and winning it finally 61-45. Let's take a look at the numbers from tonight's ball game. First for the Munster Mustangs, who improved to 16-9 on the season and will take on Westside, the opener here on Friday night. Drew Hackett finished the night with 20 points. Adam Stojic had 18, and Nikola Mandic had 10, as the Mustangs placed 3 players in double figures. Kevin Schlotman had 6, Luke Hackett had 5, and Antoine Van Dyke had 2 for the Mustang total of 61. 18 of 33 from the floor. Now, it's unreal to shoot 77% like they did in the first half. So when they came down to earth, Tom, they still shot 55% for the game.
Yeah, you're going to win a lot of ball games shooting 55% from the field and 55% from three-point range, too.
12 assists on the 18 field goals for the Mustangs. Just 7 turnovers in the ball game. A couple of steals as well for Munster. For Lake Central tonight, Joe Bannister, a game-high 21 points. He was the only double-figure scorer for the Indians, as Lake Central just kind of struggled shooting all night, going 15 of 39 for the ball game, which is just 39%.
Yeah, and some of that has to do with Munster's defense. That's not just them shooting it bad. Munster played great defense all night, took away the first option in Lake Central's offense quite a bit, really eliminated Skylar Smith from the scoring sheet.
Frank Diak and Gage Ray had 6 points apiece for the Indians. Skylar Smith with 4, Austin Atkins and Ethan Darter 3 points apiece, and Ian Martin concludes his career with a 2-point effort tonight. 45 points for the Indians. Did a nice job at the free throw line, 10 of 13 for Lake Central. That's 77%. Munster also pretty solid at the line tonight as well, 19 of 28 for 68%. The biggest lead of the night, 19 points at 26-7 early in the second quarter. Just 2 lead changes that happened right off at the start of the game. So your final again, 61-45 in favor of Munster, and it's time for us to give away our awards for tonight's ball game. Let's start with the big money play of the game, and that's underwritten by United Federal Credit Union. United Federal Credit Union, located at 510 North Broad Street in Griffith.
Yeah, at the end of the first half, Lake Central had kind of climbed back in and made it a 10-point game, 32-22. Munster was able to hold the ball, and they got a last-second shot at the buzzer by Drew Hackett, about a 23-foot three-pointer from the left side of the floor that went in to extend the lead back to 13 after Lake Central climbed back in. I thought that was the play of the game going into halftime.
So Drew Hackett, that's your big money play of the game, his three-pointer at the halftime buzzer. The big money play of the game is underwritten by United Federal Credit Union. United Federal Credit Union, banking made easy. Time to name the blue-collar player of the game, underwritten by Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers, where a Union card is always worth 10% off.
The blue-collar player of the game is Joe Bannister. He had 21 points. He was a warrior all night. The senior stepped up for his team. He scored in every quarter. He had free throws. He was 8 for 10 from the line. As a team, they were 10 for 13, and Joe was 8 for 10 on his own. Got to the basket. We even called out a couple of the offensive rebounds he had. They were just plays he made by sheer will. The kid left it all on the floor and just played really hard all night.
So Joe Bannister, your blue-collar player of the game, underwritten by Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers, located 1/2 mile north of I-8094 on Indianapolis Boulevard in Hammond. And time now to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Company is proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court.
The superhero play of the game was Munster's Adam Stojic. The senior had 18 points on 7 of 9 shooting. He was 2 for 4 from the line. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, only 1 turnover. And in that first half, when they got that lead 24-7, Adam Stojic had 11 of those 24 points and really did what he wanted to do in the paint. drew a couple fouls, got to the line, then hit a couple threes just for good measure. I thought that was the spark that got them the lead, and they never looked back.
Adam Ostojic, your Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies, they have offices open from 9 to 9, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays until 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. All right, before we get out of here, we want to have a final scoreboard update brought to you by the Smith Auto Group. Smith Chevy in Hammond and Lowell. We go the extra mile.
Yeah, we'll start with 4A here in sectional number 1 at East Chicago Central. The Munster Mustangs defeat Lake Central Indians 61-45. In sectional 2 over at Maryville in the first game, Portage Indians beat LaPorte Slicer 61-47. And in the nightcap, it sounds like a thriller at Maryville. Crown Point beat the Valparaiso Vikings 37-35 in a close game. Actually, Valparaiso had a 12-3 lead at the end of the first quarter. Crown Point went on an 11-0 run to start the second quarter and ended up winning the game 37-35. In Class 3A, sectional number 18 at Calumet, it was the New Prairie Cougars 57, Kankakee Valley Cougars 41. In 2A, at sectional 33 in Hebron, Boone Grove Wolves beat the Lake Station Eagles 51-45 in the first game. And in the second game, it was the Whiting Oilers beating the River Forest Ingots 39-37. In Class 1A in sectional 49 at Couch, the final was Washington Township 42, Morgan Township 41.
So there are your scores from around Northwest Indiana for this Tuesday night, the opening night of action here as the tournament is underway. And that scoreboard update brought to you by the Smith Auto Group, 3 Northwest Indiana locations, 2 brands, 1 name. Region Sports Network coverage of high school basketball on the internet at regionsports.com is underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers, the MVP of MPGs, the Crowell Companies, your insurance superheroes, Berry Brothers, a tradition of quality and service since 1946, McShane's Business Products and Solutions since 1921, the Lake County agents of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Christensen Chevrolet in Highland, driving the American dream, Misprint at Munster and Hammond for custom print design and signs, Blue 82 at St. John, food, friends, and fun. Smith Chevrolet in Hammond and Smith Chevrolet in Lowell. We go the extra mile. Smith Ford in Lowell, your no bull Ford dealer. Morris Baseball and Softball Center, providing elite instruction. Randall K. Miss Accounting Group, putting the numbers to work. Jack's Warehouse, great entertainment for the whole family. Triple Crown Baseball and Softball Academy, where the All-Stars train. United Federal Credit Union, banking made easy. Crown Point Junior Bulldogs, Northwest Indiana's largest youth football league. Embassy Suites in downtown Indianapolis. And by the Town Club Restaurant, Steak and Seafood for 65 years. Finally, some credits to roll. The management team of the Region Sports Network. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our chief engineer is Mike Bonaventura. And our coordinating producer is Nathan Laird. Our game producer on site here tonight, Rich Castillo. Video provided by Chris Ramirez. And the video producer back at the studio was Nathan Laird. Special thanks to the athletic director here at East Chicago Central High School, Trino Cavazos. And we want to thank the listeners and the viewers at RegionSports.com for spending some of your Tuesday night with us, enjoying tournament basketball right here on the Region Sports Network. It's been fun, Tom.
Yeah, it's been fun. That just gets the fun started, though. Opening night, and it was a surprising game the way it finished out, but it doesn't lessen any of the excitement of the sectionals. It
sure doesn't. Munster advances 61-45 over Lake Central. They will play Westside in the first game here on Friday night. Let's get out of here. All set? We're going to get out of here, Rico. Thanks for the job. Well done over on your end as well. Appreciate all your help, buddy. Let's give it the final score. So for Tom, I'm Jerry. Enjoy the tournament this week, everybody. You've been listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.